All right, here we go. Okay, so how you find the distance from two diagonal points on a graph. Okay, the way that you do it, if I want to know the distance from B to A, okay, what I'm going to have to do is make a right triangle to figure out that length. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this side, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So it has to go 5 to the right and 4 up. If I look at this like a right triangle, I'm just finding the hypotenuse of a right triangle. So A squared, so it's going to be 5 squared plus 4 squared equals C squared, which is the hypotenuse in this situation right here. So you just do that with your pencil or in your head if you want. You just go, how much do I have to go to the right? You can go up 4, 5. Still get the same two numbers. So then you get 25 plus 16 equals C squared. You add this together, you get 41 equals C squared. You'd square root it. And then the answer is the square root of 41. Okay? Which is also, if you round to the 10th, 6.4. Okay? You can check the calculators. I think I got that. All right. Now, another kind of question is, what's the perimeter of this shape? Well, perimeter means add up all the sides. So I have to figure out the length of all the sides. 2 of these are diagonal. So this would obviously be 4. This one, you don't know. I have to make a right triangle. So 2, 1. So now I have 2 squared plus 1 squared equals C squared. So now I have 4 plus 1 equals C squared. So 5 equals C squared. So the square root of 5 equals C. So now I know that the length of this is the square root of 5, which is 2.24. I'll round to the 10th at the end. I'll round to the 100th right now. So then I have to figure out this. This is 3 and then 2. So this is going to be 3 squared plus 2 squared equals C squared. That's going to be 9 plus 4 equals C squared. That's going to be 13 equals C squared. The square root of 13 equals C. And the square root of 13 is about 3.61. Okay, so this one's now going to be 3.61. So then you add up all these numbers. So 4, so we're going to have it right here. It's going to be 2.24 plus 3.61 plus 4.00. Remember to line up decimal points when you add. That's going to be 5, 8, 9, 9.85. So that's the perimeter of the shape, 9.85. If I round it, it's going to be 9.9, rounded to the 10th. All right, so that's how you do that. Another section on Pythagorean theorem. Everyone should have that down. Now the surface area of a cylinder. Now the surface area means the area of all the shapes that encompass this three-dimensional shape. So the top is going to be a circle. The bottom is going to be a circle. And the middle, if you unravel this center part, it's going to make a rectangle. So the area of a circle is pi r squared. So this one's also going to be pi r squared. Remember that they're going to be the exact same circle. So once you find one, you have the other. This one is base times height. Now the thing is, the base of this circle, which is this, is actually the circumference of the circle. So base just in this rectangle is going to be diameter pi. So it's diameter pi times height. Now everything is being multiplied by pi. So I'm going to ignore pi until the last second. So our first goal is to find the radius. Radius looks like this. Diameter looks like this. Radius is half of the diameter. So the diameter is the whole length. Radius is half the length. So the radius of this one, they gave it to me this time. It's 8 inches. So it's going to be 8 squared pi, which is 64 pi. Now I'm not going to multiply pi now because then I'll be dealing with decimal points forever. Down here, I also am going to have 64 pi. Here, I need the diameter. The diameter is the full length. So if 8 is the half length, then diameter has to be 16. So 16 times pi times 10 is going to be 16 times 10, which is 160 pi. So I haven't multiplied pi yet. I'm avoiding multiplying by pi. Because now I can just do this in my head. I haven't done anything that you're not able to do in your head. 16 times 10 you can do in your head. So then I get 160 plus 64 plus 64, which is adding 128 to this problem. So it's going to be 288 pi, which is a fully acceptable answer. This is the answer in terms of pi. I just ignored pi throughout the entire problem and just put pi at the end. So it's 288 pi. Now let's say they wanted a more precise answer. They didn't want it in terms of pi. So you'd have to actually multiply 288 times 3.14, which is pi. So we have to multiply. 4 times 8, that's going to be 32. 4 times 8, 32 plus 3, 35. 4 times 2 is 8 plus 3, that's 11. Going to add a 0. It's going to be 882. Then it's going to be 3 times 8, that's 24. 3 times 8, that's 24 plus 2, that's 26. And 3 times 2 is 6 plus 2 is going to be 8. So that should be, actually, I forgot to put the 2 zeros here. Classic mistake by Mr. Caceres. So it's going to be 00468. So it's going to be 2. We have 5 plus 8. That's going to be 13. That's going to be 10, 14. That's going to be 10. And it's going to be 9. So it's going to be 904.32. No, actually, it should be much bigger than that. 904. Oh, yeah, 904.32. That's correct. Shing. So that's one answer. If I want the exact answer and I say round it to the 10th, this is what you're going to do. Even though this is more precise, but this is in terms of pi. Okay? So we'll do the next one in terms of pi. So this is a cone. A cone is made up of a circle and what we like to call in my class the pizza slice. So the formula for this is pi r squared, just like above. That's the area of a circle. This one's going to be pi, pi r slant height. Okay? So r squared is 8, the radius is not 8. This is the diameter. So the radius is actually going to be 4. So 4 squared pi, that's going to make 16 pi. So we have 16 pi. Here, it's radius, which we figured out was 4, times the slant height, which is this slanted height here, 9. So 4 times 9 is 36. So here we have 36 pi. Together, that'll make 52 pi left in terms of pi. If I wanted the exact answer, I would just multiply 3.14 times 52. Now here, the formula for the surface area of a sphere is 4 pi r squared. Okay, so 4 pi r squared. Pretty simple. We just have to find r. Did they give us r? Did they give us diameter? They gave us the radius. So they gave us 3. So I'm going to replace that. Now with multiplying, you can multiply in any order you want. So again, I'm going to ignore the pi. 4 times whatever 3 squared is. 3 squared is 9. So that's going to be 4 pi 9. So 4 times 9 is 36. So I have 36 pi. Again, this is in terms of pi. That'll be the final answer. But if I say I want the decimal point answer, we're going to have to do 3.14 times 36. That's 36 times pi. 6 times 4, 24. That's going to make 8. That's going to make 18. That's going to make 12. That's going to make 4. And that's going to make 9. And we're left with 4, 0, 13, 11. And the decimal point goes right there. So that would be our final exact answer, which does not take very long and is fully capable to do without a calculator. Now here we're finding volume. Okay, volume. So just to reiterate. There it is. The circle. So a surface area of a sphere is just encompassed of 4 circles. Okay, so 4 circles encompass a sphere to make a sphere complete. So that's why it's 4 pi r squared. Now, volume is different. Volume is in 3 dimensions, and it's usually just multiplying after multiplying after multiplying, but you got to figure out what to multiply. The formula is pi r squared times height. Just like any shape that has a repetitive shape on the bottom and the top, it's the area of the base times the height. This is the base because it's the same shape on the top and the bottom. So even though this is tipped over, this is still the base, that's still the top. And this is still considered the height. So now we have to find the volume. So the volume is pi times r. We have to find r. They gave us the diameter is 10. So the radius we know is going to be 5. So 5 squared times the height and 12. And that's it. That's the work. Everything else is just multiplying. So we multiply the numbers first, the obvious ones. So 5 times 5 is 25 because that's 5 squared. Then we have to multiply by 12. So 25 times 12 is 300. So our final answer could be 300 pi. Okay? Pretty simple. If you wanted to answer with decimal point, it would be 300 times 3.14. Zeros are just going to be zeros. That's not going to be zeros. That's going to make 3 times 4 is going to make 12. 3 times 1 plus 1, that's going to be 4. 3 times 3 is 9. So that's our final answer right there, 942. Pretty simple. So if I said in terms of pi, this is what I want. Pretty easy. You can do it in your head really quick. If I want the exact answer, you'd have to multiply, not the exact answer, a decimal point answer. You'd have to multiply it with 3.14. Okay? For this question, okay, I gave you the volume. So now you have to find the height. So again, you have to think of the formula. The formula is volume is pi r squared times height. Okay, so if you want to think of it, it's pi and then r times h. So all of this is multiplying. Now we got to do the insert what we have. I have the volume. It's 50.24. I have the radius. It's 2, and that's also 2. So that's going to be 2 times 2. So that's going to make a 4. And the height, I don't know. So I have to divide by whatever's next to the h. So first I'm going to get rid of pi, because that's just a cancel here. But on this side, I'm still going to have to divide by pi, which is also 3.14. So if I divide 50 by 3.14, I'm going to get 16. So 16 equals 4 times height. So I got to divide by 4. This will cancel. Divide by 4. So this is going to make 4 equals the height. So now I know what the height is. It's 4. Not that bad, right? Let's do this one. This one's been left in terms of pi, so it's going to go a little quicker than the one above. So we're going to be going, so we're looking for r. So again, the formula is volume equals pi times r squared times height. So we fill in everything we have. We have 250 pi equals pi r squared. I don't know, but I do know the height this time. It's 10. So again, I'm going to divide by pi on this side. I'm going to also divide by pi on this side, which is nice because this time I can just cancel. So I'm left with 250 equals r squared times 10. Well, now I'm going to divide by 10. This will cancel. Divide by 10. I'm left with 25 equals r squared. Now, if you square root both sides, just like you do at the end of the Pythagorean theorem, you're going to get 5 equals r. And you're done. 3 different things you can get with volume questions of a cylinder, surface area of a cylinder, a cone, and a sphere, and how to find the length of diagonal lines on a grid. Good luck.